We could have used the code to
Okay, so
limit the quintessence.
okay. So first chapter, we're gonna start by discussing the backgrounds. Everyone write into the chat how much you're actually able to commit. Pango, please get in the campaign. Uh, Ben isn't here yet, but Amanda can, from last I recall, commit 1 point. So that's 1 for Ben.
Pengu gives 2. Pengu is trying to get his computer to work. This is why Pengu cannot go into Roll20.
Okay, 2 from Pango, allied. Jackalor.
I'm currently looking to see which influence will we need to have the paperwork for us.
Well, first let's
That's
figure
all-
out how much you have to work with as a group, and then you can discuss the specifics.
Yeah, we can get that
let's-
through.
I have 3
We
pools.
can make that group influence. You have influence in the
Jackalor,
bureaucracy. That's why you have the legal rights
allied.
to the fort.
I specifically said write it in the chat so we can easily see how much we total.
No, I haven't said how much I have yet. I'm debating.
Okay. You have 2 left over from your basic starting ones. And you have how much from freebies that are you're converting? Total, not splitting into personal and group. 2. Okay, so
We
I
usually
think
get 7 basic. That's fun.
allied.
7 basic background points.
Yeah,
How many freebies are you going to be converting into backgrounds?
I'm gonna convert all 4 that I had left.
Okay, and 2 you're just immediately gonna put into the group thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and the rest we can discuss. Okay, so for now it looks like we are looking at 12.
Yep.
So I'm gonna
Wow,
give you a
that's a lot.
group inventory handout that you can all access.
You can't actually do that. I'm sorry.
I know.
Okay,
Would.
Jackalor, you have been nominated as secretary because you're
No!
competent.
It's just part of the normal chantry protocol. You know how it is, the paperwork.
How low he has fallen. He used to have neonates for this.
I know, right?
And then it turns
Dude.
out that you have been embezzling for the past 5 years from the clan in your own name since the neonate took over the books.
Man, I really should have learned. I really should have learned how to read these forms.
You really don't want me as your secretary. I am
Oh, we
embezzle shit.
I don't care. 12 points. What do you want to put them into?
I mean, we will need some resources.
Yes, resources we will need.
Yes, just to feed yourselves. Yes.
Yes. Yes. So 2 or 3 points. Is that enough to feed us? And
2
like have,
points
nice-
is like
What are we talking about right now?
Oh my god.
2 points of resources are essentially crappy middle class. And that's crappy middle class in Brazil. So you will be able to feed 4 or 5 people and have a car, but you're not gonna have much past that.
I say we should at least have 3 or 4 resources.
3 or 4 resources.
Yeah.
I mean, my character is fine with having 1 resources. Like, he doesn't really...
Yes, but we need to eat.
Like, I can fix food for myself. Don't worry about me.
He will punch the diseases out of it. You're just gonna hunt in the jungle.
I have enough
Thank you
survival
so
time
much
to hunt
try
hunt
that.
snake. It's
Free
dexterity to
myself.
survival to make traps in the jungle, right? I can do it.
I'm not sure 2 survival is enough not to get fucked at some point, Bengo.
Yeah,
That's why
it's
I have
really
willpower,
not.
right?
I have a question, boss.
Mm-hmm.
With matter 2, I know it's vulgar, transmuting. But I could just make stuff into like money, can't I?
Money might be a bit harder because it might run into technocracy issues at some point because there's orders that keep careful track of the flows of money.
Well, I
But
mean like gold and stuff, like like we're
yeah,
just this group who's in the Amazon and
yes, if
we
you
found
had ways
gold.
to sell that, yes. But you still want to
Okay.
have an established cash flow of some kind ready to go.
Yeah.
Just gonna write down. So I'm assuming we want 3 to 4 resources. Everyone agreed.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
agreed.
What? Hold on, what did you say? 3 or 4?
Resources.
No. How many dots are we putting in that?
3 or
3 to
4.
4.
Oh, sure, put 3.
Okay. Then
4
you
since most
probably
people
have
want to
transportation. Probably can afford a generator and an icebox to keep the food cool. Proper supplies, etc., and have, reserve cash on hand, just, basic necessities for 5 people living in the fort. You can set that up and have some in reserve with 3.
Yeah. I'll leave it 3 to 4. Okay. Other stuff. Do you want influence in the or something in the
Well,
gang?
before you move on, um,
Uh-huh.
important point. Things like arsenal, and by that I don't just mean guns, I mean like a proper set of medical supplies, things for extracting, things that crawl up various places, antibiotics.
I can heal you just fine.
That's
You don't need
vulgar
me to
though,
have all
isn't it?
that stuff.
Yes, but that, like Naxi said, that can be vulgar. Do you want to rely entirely on magic then for healing?
Okay, who needs antibiotics
Do we
when
have
you have
anybody? Hold on.
punches and baby?
Do we have anybody with medicine, like the knowledge-wise?
Yeah, fuck no.
No.
It's
The
completely
fucking
worthless to
healer
me.
didn't take medicine.
Listen, it's not heathen medicine that heals the spirit. It's the lifeblood of this dead duck that I squeeze over you.
Oh
Yes.
my god! So what would happen if somebody said, "All right, explain this logic"? Would you just be like, "Fuck you, it's magic," and walk off? Like
I assume so.
Yes.
you had nothing to make it whatever the
You don't
fuck
need
it
to
is.
convince people of magic. It's
Then it's
magic.
Fucking TV show arrives to film a piece about witches in Brazilian boonies. There's this white ginger dude just shaking bones at people.
You my My baby's been saved. How'd you do it? Fuck you. I ain't gonna explain shit. Huh.
Zoom out to a technocracy screen where the footage is being, run. Freeze it right there. Zoom in. Yes. Look at that face. That's a deviant right there. Look him up in the files.
We found
Yeah.
him. He is one. All right, send us the right team.
2 days later, choppers coming over the jungle.
It's the fucking Predator movie. Predator movie all over again. It's just a technology spec op team. I mean, I think Arsenal's smart. The medical stuff is under Arsenal, right?
We're gonna treat it as an arsenal thing, but essentially that's equipment. So if you spend... Okay, let's put it this way. Like I did in the Hunter game, I'm allowing you to spend background points on getting specialized equipment. For example, in the Hunter game, they had spent 1 dot on, medical supplies, including stuff for transfusions, and 1 dot, I think, on a motorboat for escape in case they needed to.
I'm sure it worked out great for them.
That is very specific of an escape route.
The medical equipment certainly came in useful, I think. I think there were some situations where they used it.
You can have a motorboat, right?
I mean, you can. The river is wide enough, I think, here to accommodate traffic based on the pictures, so you could easily have a boat and what you need to operate it reliably and just use it to travel up and down the water and over into Bolivia.
Does anybody have enough drive to be able to drive a boat?
That's such a... What is drive? I was told we can't bring
I
fucking...
do have drive.
Well, that's why you're spending a background point, right? On it. That's to essentially account for how you got it in here, because it's, a specialized thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just have, whatever vehicle you manage to buy or rent in Brazil. You spend a background point on this, that's a pretty hefty investment, and it, accounts for how you manage to get it in here.
What would it be to have the right to actually do shit in the fort legally?
Depending on how you go about it, your best friend might be the rank background tied to a suitable profession.
Hmm.
So,
Really,
for example, having allied have, say, 3 dots in rank and have him be actually, a recognized archaeologist with the appropriate permits. Don't actually do that. That might be extremely stupid, I'm telling you out of character, due to factors you don't know about, but something like that.
I know, but that also fits my character really fucking well, actually.
It does. You
Not
have
why-
all the right things.
Why you rank with background points from the pool. But do you want a motorboat?
Okay.
Do you really want to get... I would rather risk the fucking mosquitoes and the other snakes in the rainforest that go into the fucking crocodile-filled rivers.
Why would they? Crocodiles don't attack boats.
Yes, they do!
Gold ones do.
Whatever. What do I know?
If you spend more than a single dot on it, you could have a helicopter.
No.
That gets shot. That won't draw attention at all. Oh, look. The Gringos brought a helo.
Gringos brought the
That shit
So what do we actually want from here?
medical equipment.
Medical equipment and guns. We need those.
I think, say, 3 dots of arsenal would be an armored personal carrier.
I need to read.
I mean, with the state of everything in this area, that might be enough to ensure our survival out of this town.
Werewolves look from the woods as Gringos riding on a fucking armored car. One mage just flames licking from the barrel, swiveling the turret. I wonder what they're up to.
Just make my day. Fucking do it, doggos.
In the night, you just hear the screeching of metal and the hiss of escaping air. In the morning, the car stinks of dog piss and all the tires are slashed.
Oh, so we would have to
If it's an
have it with
APC,
like
no,
silver
if it's an
plating.
APC would have threads.
If
What
it
are we getting some fucking? Are we getting some fucking Ye Odin APC?
if you want proper, you are essentially in Brazil. You would be getting a Brazilian one. Importing a proper one, especially with threads, is gonna take more background points. I will let
Do you
you
mean-
buy a tank if you wish for 5 points.
Yeah,
No,
but
that
that's
costs.
kind of
That's not. Yeah, that's not fuel efficient.
shows too much attention.
Also,
Yeah,
there's the
easy.
army here, if you recall, so there might be anti-tank weapons.
APC might make some sense, to be honest, with this area. But a tank would just get us an RPG up the fucking ass.
Can we even operate a tank? I don't think so.
You have drive?
Even an APC, I think, due to all the weight and armor, would handle differently from a normal car, and I think at most, 1, maybe 2 people have 1 dot of drive.
Yeah,
So-
we're buying an APC.
APC cockpit. Give me a moment. Let me look this shit up real quick.
It's not the cockpit, it's how it handles. You need to be experienced in driving one, I think, for it to, not be weird and not screw you over.
I know a tank would be is different from driving a vehicle. I don't know about an APC,
Well,
which is
driving
shit.
the larger vans is already different on the handling, and these are not good roads.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
it
no. Then
does.
my apology. I didn't know that with the system. Yeah, no. You need more than just one shot to drive.
You can do it with 1 dot of drive, or you're just gonna be doing wits drive checks at like the base 6 difficulty to not run into an accident of some kind.
Let's not.
It's fine, you can repair the tires with matter.
I hate you keep saying tires on an APC. It's not a half track. Go away.
But yeah, we're not buying an APC.
But
You want the fucking boat?
but
I said it's an option, not that I wanted a boat.
I know, but like the boat, like, what the fuck? What country's AP?
that's Russian.
Oh, is that where we're gonna buy all our weapons from?
Yes.
You're not gonna get one with tracks. Fuck you. I'm not making it that easy for you.
Fucking might as well buy a tank then.
You
Oh,
want
shit,
a
no,
tank?
Fucking look right here. Oh yeah, hold on. I can't fucking. I'll just post it in the Discord.
If you want to have an APC and a retainer specifically to drive it, you can invest into another dot into having that retainer. Someone who's trained in driving it.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting an APC. Look, it's not worth it.
But
It's
but the
not
50
worth it.
cal on the roof, Jackalore.
No.
We can just get that with Arsenal. We can just get that with Arsenal, can't we?
Yes.
And yes, I'm well aware that I just suggested hefting a 50 caliber machine gun through the Amazon rainforest.
And Jackalore, that yes might be premature because while guns are prevalent in Brazil, this is not America, so even assault rifles are gonna be slightly rarer than they usually would be.
Isn't this area isn't this town alone got like more guns than people, you said?
Well, yes, that's this town specifically, so if you go out and steal their guns, you're gonna be able to get some kind of guns, whatever condition they might be in.
Yeah, I mean it's an option, but we
want
should.
guns?
I can try one.
I can fire a gun. Quite competently, actually.
I
mean,
have.
I don't have firearms, but I have high decks.
Essentially, for 1 dot of arsenal, you can get enough basic shotguns and hunting rifles for everyone.
Yeah, I think we should invest in 1 dot of arsenal.
Yeah, at least.
What? Well, yeah, but I would suggest like 2 or something. Like, what is it to get actual armor?
I think like 3 for basic vests, and at 5 you get like full military gear, including all the fancy nades, assault rifles, possibly a mortar. You know, proper stuff. You're essentially, you know, military level equipped for a small unit.
Longitude and latitude.
I'm not dealing with that when it comes to fucking mortar strikes in a game like this.
You actually won't have a problem with that, exceptionally because you have a mathematics-based specialty in science. And you can use entropy effects to ensure they hit right on the spot.
Oh fuck, you're right. Hey guys, he's selling the arsenal idea to me. Help! With the high density.
Probably don't need that much arsenal. That's just going to attract attention.
Yeah, it's true. Technically.
Do you mean showing up in the area? Because yes, attention is going to be brought.
Yeah, packing that much heat is a bad.
Yeah, I mean, you can always get some contacts and stuff with the
You know,
cardinals
if
already.
you take like 3 dots of arsenal, at least I'll throw in camo gear for free. You know, camo clothing, etc. Stuff to cover your equipment with, so you can just march through the jungle.
Oh god, no. No. No.
I mean,
What?
Marching through the jungle is a bad idea.
I
Do
mean,
you mean what we're doing?
it's not like I
Well, if
ported
you had more
over
than-
in other things.
I mean, if you had more than one fucking stamina, it'd be fucking fine.
Look, he has
Get
plenty
some
these
stamina.
days. He upped it.
Oh,
Yeah.
God bless. Fucking coward.
I mean, it's just fine. Have Nyaxi or Jack Johnson just blast a path with forces.
Oh god, no.
Yeah, no, that
Yes.
won't draw attention.
just flash the fucking path right with the
We
words.
could pick up like Arsenal 3 if we wanted to. Do you want Arsenal 3?
It's probably
I
higher
would
up
like
the
Arsenal. I would like Arsenal 3. I want a gun that actually hurts the enemy, not just tickles them.
I mean, that's what you have forces for, right?
Hunting rifles are in World of Darkness. They're not weak caliber hunting rifles. They're proper ones, like the ones that used to be sniper rifles in, you know, ye olden days.
Yeah, they're pretty powerful.
I just pictured a fucking musket. I don't know why.
What is it? The Springfield rifle, I think. That's
Something
that's a
like that.
suitable.
There's
Kick.
Springfield, there's the Lee, the Enfield.
What's
Yeah.
that thingy on the map?
APC. Oh,
It's one of those.
that's a xenomorph. We're just gonna choose to ignore that.
There is no particular reason why I have these in here, but just in case someone botches when portaling to other worlds or something.
Do you want just Arsenal 1 for basic guns? Like shotguns?
A shotgun means they gotta get close.
Honestly, my suggestion: if you're gonna go for it, just say that you have 5 hunting rifles. They pack as much of a punch as a shotgun. They have, you know, slightly smaller clip, but, you know, fuck it. Because you get 5 real guns for, you know, Arsenal 1, and then I'm gonna assume just like crappy sidearms, so you can each have a rifle of your own and a sidearm and, you know, some melee weapons. crappy mass-produced machetes, etc.
Swords.
Well, your sword, well, the ones that have special swords, they're proper special swords. But you get the idea. It's enough for a group your size to, be reasonably armed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
one arsenal so
bombs.
far?
I think one arsenal.
Yeah.
Well, what about you guys want to put one or two in gear or medical supplies, just so we have all the other basic stuff covered?
I can heal. Don't
Money
worry.
in a village like this might actually be less valuable than having antibiotics to, sell to someone whose child is dying.
I can heal.
It's not our
kid,
fucking
Don't worry.
That's-
You need to stop shaking. No, you need the kid to die so you can get more dead baby feet.
He does have a point, Jackalor.
I mean, it's
That
not.
is correct. Yes.
It's not a mistake
I
to
would need
put 1 or
the kid to
2
die.
points into it. Probably.
I mean, it's all gonna be well and good until Jackalor gets burned out by Paradox Backlash and someone has something still crawling up to their leg, so...
Yeah, let's just take some backup.
cut it off.
Maybe.
Do we even have any way to actually use that medicine?
Just use the
No,
instruction!
we don't.
Yeah, just.
Are you gonna make us roll to read the pill bottle?
Yes!
Yeah, a pill.
Well, at least I can do that much.
You could, except it's in Brazilian, who knows Portuguese?
I know Portuguese.
But can I not use math to translate it into ancient Babylonian? Math is the one unifying language of humanity.
What would that effect even be? I think mind to perceive the thought that went into the writing and try and translate it?
No, I mean literally translate it into math, and then from math into Babylonian.
No, but spheres-wise, you would not be able to do that normally. You would need to use magic. No.
Mind and time, probably.
Mind and possibly time, yeah. So you would need at least the first dot of the mind sphere to do that.
Fuck you guys.
I mean, when it comes to pills, just decide. I mean, just look at them and decide how many you want.
Fine, I'm just gonna use entropy, get myself really lucky, and then take one of each pill and see what happens.
Again, this medicine will do more harm than good here.
Honestly, you can take things like broad spectrum antibiotics as part of that, and just if you get sick, it might help or might give you a bonus on the stamina if you're, currently pumping antibiotics through you. For some things. You won't be able to properly medicate, but it might still help.
It seems wasteful.
Okay, fuck medicine then.
So contacts. Do we want contact with the people,
With which people?
the good people, the cartels?
Yeah, probably.
I don't think there are any good people in this fucking area, to be honest. With all these horses.
There is the humble coke farmer who gets up in the morning with his AK-47 that slightly catches on full auto to guard his lonesome coke field so his family can buy food at great price that's imported from Bolivia in exchange for the coke.
Get the fuck out of here, werewolves! These are my coke fields!
Yeah, we should probably get them in there.
So do you want contacts?
I would say yes.
Any other opinions on it?
It just
I
seems
mean, we
so
need
weird.
contacts to be able to get access to the
What
fort.
the fuck? You're really loud.
Am I know?
How high do we have to put contacts to make it actually useful?
It depends on... Well, what do you want to do with them? What is the end goal? Even a single dot will, give you someone who you can talk to. But, you know, it's a kind of a question of how high you take those and how many people you and different goals you need to cover. And there's gonna be a difference between someone who's involved in the drug trade in the cartel and someone who might have access to the trafficking in rare artifacts, aka freshly minted 200 years old gold coins.
Yeah, huh.
So you probably want at least 2 if you want to be involved with both.
I mean, with the minted thing, we only really need that because then we can boost that by just pulling through with it, totally finding these gold coins and stuff.
If you do go for that, you might also want to invest in something that will mean people don't fuck with you. Like, for example, one of you holding cartel rank of some kind or influence, so that, you know, they don't start asking questions once you get successful and try and move into your fucking, you know, territory.
Yeah, I mean, what would be better, rank or influence? What do you guys think?
Influences people we know in there.
Rank would mean we're directly tied to the cartel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Influence means we just have friends in the cartel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rank will give you a lot more freedom, but comes with a lot more obligations towards the organization. Essentially, I would say. In this context.
Yeah. I think we should just pick up influencing the cartel and be done with it.
What are you gonna anchor your stuff to?
Not the resources, then probably the
influence. You could essentially just put up an arsenal high enough to have an attack helicopter and anchor everything to that.
No, it's a bad idea.
And you could then get to the influence. The cartels are pretty strong.
Pretty sure the Brazilian military does have SAM sites.
They also have a high influence in the area.
You should just get like 4 dots of influence with the cartels and be done with it.
Four dots of influence with the cartel, she said.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I
will
agree, I guess.
How am I gonna sell my my ancient Aztec coins?
This isn't Aztec area.
I mean, Incan, whatever.
Is
you
it
know,
not?
Incan
Oh, no, is it? I thought
I think
No,
it's Mayan or Incan.
it's
okay,
no,
thank you.
neither.
I don't fucking
Look,
care.
Look, fuck you. The Portuguese found these, put them into a vault, and we happened to find it when we were exploring the ruins. Boom.
Jackalor, we're on the Bolivian border.
Yeah, that's the point.
It's close
There
enough.
wouldn't be
Jackalor,
other Mayan or
roll me a 1d10 for luck to see about the people you know in the cartel. Essentially your primary Yeah, you've only seen your primary contact at night.
Oh god.
Oh, wait, you said a luck die. Isn't 10 lucky for us?
10 is the higher the likelihood. The Sabbat infiltration is at an 8 in the area.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
Luckily for you, he thinks you're perfectly normal mortals, and probably not an Auspex clan or he would have noticed by now.
It's the
kinda
one
funny.
vampire entire Sabbat invasion that doesn't have Auspex. Like, it's just that one dude that everybody else is like, why do we keep him around? He likes dealing with the people more than we do. Alright.
It's probably a new embrace to solidify their control, honestly. It's probably only spent like 2 or 3 years as a vampire, maybe 4.
Great, fucking great.
I mean, you can. I mean, it's not super bad. It's an option in a way.
Yeah, I think you would know. You have access to life, so you would have noticed.
I mean, both of us, me and Jackal, have life.
Yeah. I think a lot of you have something that could notice, potentially.
I have spirit. I got spirit, so.
Spiritless so, but if you had prime senses running, you might be able to sense if you're close when they're burning blood.
Probably not a good place to be when they're burning blood. Close to this. But yeah, going on. We have we want foreign influence in the cartels.
Yep.
Do you mean in the Sabbat? If so, yes.
Can we put contact in supernaturals?
How much do you have left in terms of contacts? And who do you want to have contacts in?
Our Sabbat
Werewolves?
guy. What?
Werewolves, probably.
Yeah.
The
like,
werewolves
how
are the bad guys here.
I mean, how things line up with our contact in the Freehold, and the Freehold having good relations. I mean, we don't know that actually in character.
We know. We think everybody is at war, even the Freehold.
Yeah,
'Cause
and you have no idea who the Freehold is on what terms with. Currently.
Thanks to
Yeah, I
certain
think
people.
we should really talk with the fucking werewolves and get.
No, fuck the werewolves.
Why do you hate the werewolves?
Because
Jacklord,
the werewolves murdered everything else.
Jackalord,
Yeah, they-
are you
this
thinking
was a
about
long
trying
time
to get
ago.
werewolf permission to be in the fort?
I mean, are they ever gonna permit that?
Yeah,
You don't know.
I think right now.
You
It's a
need to
Kiana
play
after all.
out.
Rip.
I mean, it's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission.
Oh God, no!
I
don't want
know.
that.
I don't think so, but eh.
Hello, hello, hello.
I
Yeah,
feel
we hear
bad for
you.
packing silver everywhere and shooting anything that moves.
I mean, I'm not opposed to
Having
it.
silver tip bullets.
I just don't want to meet a werewolf with my ring.
They might not have sense worm, right?
Yeah, maybe.
You're
What the
fucking
fuck
dead.
is?
You're so fucking dead.
We hear you, Allied, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, do we want contact with the werewolves? That'd be important.
Do
Two
you?
background points
Keep
left.
in mind, having contacts with the surviving mages around here is also a possibility.
Wait, there are surviving mages?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few. The string before the purge was at an 8, so it dropped to a 2, which means that there's a few left around.
We can contact them after we're taking over the.
Okay, how are you gonna find them?
That's a good question.
If you don't have a contact.
Jesus Christ.
So how many points would that be to have a contact with the mages?
I'm gonna let you take just contacts normally with other supernaturals, so depending on how powerful the contact is, you can get away with 1 point.
You could make like 1 point for the mage contact, so we have an in with the local mages, and then like put 2 contacts with the werewolves. Get someone decently high up there.
I mean, I guess I'm not opposed to it.
Okay, describe someone decently high.
I have no fucking clue. Like a rank 3?
Okay, let's see. Who are you likely to have met? Who would this background be tied to, the contact with the werewolves?
I mean, who's the most naturey of you guys?
Me. It could be
That's
me.
Jack.
And I'm the only one that speaks Portuguese anyway.
I always
so-
speak Portuguese too. Excuse me.
Oh,
Okay,
you do?
Yeah, I do.
okay, Jackalor. Is everyone okay with Jackalor being the one holding the reins for this?
Reigns for.
For the contact, him being the primary point of contact for
And
the...
what, werewolf?
I guess.
Yes, for the
You gotta be
werewolf
the
in question.
Jackalor.
I really don't want us to just have contact with the werewolves, but
Okay,
Yeah, go
Allied
ahead.
is against. What do the others think? Yay or nay?
I mean, I think it's probably the best option if we take contacts with the werewolf.
They don't need to know what you're doing, is the thing.
I mean, we aren't necessarily doing anything bad either. No.
Tango, it rests on you. Yay or nay?
I mean, yeah, we should probably have contacts with the werewolves. At least then we know, or we can like talk to them in a like having to look them up. Could be pretty bad depending on who we meet. At least now we can choose which werewolf like tribe we're having contacts with, right? Or
I don't think so.
half of. Yeah. We'll roll a luck dice, I hope, to see if we have something. If they are nice enough to be having a contact with a mage, it's good enough.
Yeah, so that's a
Nice
yay.
enough to be having contact with a mage. Sure.
Sure.
So I'll save the changes now and you can look at them. So we'll have, should have 4 resources because
Yeah, that lines up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going through this. Right. This guy was the...
How do you mark quintessence now again?
do we have destiny points?
yes, you have 2 group destiny points.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. So, 3 for, 1 against.
Seems like it.
Allied,
Yeah,
do
this
you have a
seems-
better option before we commit to this? To do with contact points.
Ally.
I'm sorry, yes?
Can you suggest a better option than the werewolves?
Personal taste, I would say. Did we put a dot in for the mages?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you are putting in a dot for mages.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
And you're
We have
ignoring
one
the
dot for
cartel?
Yeah, oh yeah, that. No, that's for influence.
It's influence.
Ah, that's influence.
Yeah.
Right. 1 for mages,
Which
2
one
for...
was that one?
Any preference for the mage contact, actually?
Oh,
Can we have? I wouldn't it be like Celestial Court that's still here, if anything?
chorus.
Those are just the ones I
Or-
made.
Well, I'm just like thinking, because Brazil's a super religious place. Like, those guys would snatch up any of the kids that pop into existence almost right away here, wouldn't they?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
There would be at the very least a lot of verbena here, I think.
Verbena is what tradition?
Witches.
Jackalope.
That's Jackalor.
Oh,
Voodoo,
wait.
baby feet, etc. You get the idea.
Oh my god.
Ecstatics too, actually, considering how much porn and drugs come out of Brazil.
I like the
Isn't
idea
that
that contact in the static.
I wouldn't mind the verbena contact.
that also makes sense for Jackalor, but do we want
Fuck you,
Jackalor to have all the
Jack. I'm having all this
contact?
stuff tied to just you.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
want
We
to
want
be
Jackalor to have
useful.
everything.
No, there's the difference between being useful and if you die, the linchpin of the entire thing falls apart.
Yeah, Jackalor, you can hold the reins of either the mage or the vampire, or sorry, werewolf contact.
Yeah, I'll just hold the werewolf contact.
Okay, guys, I have an important question. Less powerful and slightly less cunty, or maximum power?
Unlimited power.
Jackalor?
Jackalor's
Maximum
not a
power.
Okay. Then, many years ago, you knew at that point, old werewolf who had visited the North Americas.
Oh, this is a werewolf, not a mage?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Hold on. I thought this was the mage.
Yeah, I also
Oh,
thought that was
okay,
great.
for the werewolf. Power or
Less
cuntiness?
cunty.
Less cunty. Wait, yeah, less cunty.
Okay, then.
Powerful is more influence, guys.
Okay, in that case, you knew a much less cunty werewolf who had visited the North Americas, and you worked together, probably dealing with some corrupt mages. He is of the Get of Fenris,
Oh god.
and, well, strangely enough, completely albino. And you've stayed in occasional contact, and, he has gone to the Nature's Care Sept over in this general area, and apparently has managed to get himself a position as the local sheriff slash lawkeeper slash judge.
Cool.
We're gonna have to pay fucking taxes to this guy. Son of a bitch.
And as for mages, there is no more influential. There is a preference of house, if any.
I want one house, but I know for a fact they're not gonna be here
Which one?
for a short time, so I don't want to be alone.
You know, virtually any of the traditions could be here, in theory.
Yeah, but they're a hell of a lot easier to spot than the others.
Okay, what does the group want? Do we have a house preference? Otherwise, I'm gonna roll randomly.
Verbena?
I want the sex guys. They fit this every row.
I think
Okay.
static.
You are all cutting in and out, which means that the problem seems to be on my end, which is badish.
Oh, that's but I believe you.
Okay, is it coming back? Testing, testing, testing.
Hello.
I can hear you loud and clear.
I will hear you perfectly. Can you hear us?
A bit crappily, but sure. How are... So, houses, traditions. Which house of mages makes sense to you? Ecstatics?
I mean, they make sense.
What else do we have now? Okay, we have Verbena, we have Brotherhood.
You can pick any of the 9 if if at least 3 of you agree on the tradition you want.
Oh wow. Who is Okay, statics. You'd probably know the other mages too pretty well.
Keep in mind, there has been a recent Sabbat pogrom here. So... yeah.
What does that even mean?
It means that a lot of mages met with tragic accidents when the choristers were like, undead monstrosities? We can't have those!
And bye-bye mages.
This before the fucking Avatar Storm?
No, the Avatar Storm is happily
After the
raging.
Avatar Storm.
Oh, so it happened very recently.
The Avatar
We are
Storm
in
happened like
2001, Jackalore.
No, I
September
meant
8.
the program.
Wasn't it
Program.
September 7?
Close enough, September 7 or 8. We're not talking about the Technocracy pogrom. We're talking about the Sabbat one that happened locally.
Yeah, but like it killed all the mages. And it happened before, like after the moment.
After the Avatar Storm.
Yes. This has happened in recent months as the fighting has intensified. And the Sabbat have moved in force into the area to try and pacify it.
The Bart are taking control over this area.
I mean, I don't think a lot of mages were in the area we're going to, but I mean, more like in the cities. The mages have been
Yes,
fucked.
yes. There
That's
might
what
have
I
been a
mean.
witch in Costa Marquez.
Lol.
Used to be one, anyway.
Lol. Do mages get auspics when they get turned?
Well, thaumaturgy.
Only
Depends
thaumaturgy.
on which clan they become part of, Bengu. Some clans get one dot of aspects at Embrace.
Fun.
Like
Make sure
Zimitzi.
God.
Make sure you're braced by that. Okay, I see. Dead anyways. All dead.
Anyway, should we continue?
Yeah. So
write
that's static.
write in that make sure that you've noted that the name of your werewolf contact, that the
What did you
card.
say it was?
It's Gilberto. He is visible
Yes,
in
we
your
read.
folders now.
Gilberto Santana.
And make sure that
He's a Metis.
Yes, he's definitely a Metis.
Aww.
I don't like this werewolf.
Why? He's a
Look at that
menace.
picture.
Get
That
offended.
picture sets off way too many warning bells.
Oh.
I'm sorry, my friend, but the Elder's command is shunk.
Ultimate mages. Oh,
Anyway, what was the mage contact we had? Ecstatic?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think that's what you agreed on. Oh my fucking god, Ben is gonna hate this. Get a Fenris hate the changeling elves.
Oh no, not my.
wait, what did you say?
I'm not gonna tell her at all. Tell about Gilberto to Ben. That's just not.
That's what you say until you're both out on a casual night in the village, and Gibraltar shows up while he was buying groceries, and he sees that fucking knife ears.
I mean, we notice her face stuff though.
You say that, but it's Ben, and Ben is carrying a changeling artifact.
I am too carrying a changeling artifact. Remember?
What did you pick for that, actually?
Dragon Iron Sword.
Another fucking sword. Okay.
Well, I mean, what else am I don't know what to get, really.
Get a
like,
gun!
A gun?
Dusters.
You
Knuckle
do
duster.
know that you need to put points into the treasure for whatever level of power you want, though.
Oh shit. Okay, I'll have to look. Fucking. God damn it!
It's fine, you have supernatural senses and you have mind, generally I will allow you to roll willpower at the high difficulty to try and retain the memories.
I can't even remember my own girlfriend. This is terrible.
Oh, her you remember.
Oh, her I remember, just not how beautiful she is.
Pen's gonna remember, and Pen's gonna take your fucking sword and dual wield swords, and you're gonna be like, oh
No,
yes, I'm
that's
glad.
the reason for the sword, so I don't forget. It's like an auto success to not forgetting. Is the thing. Otherwise, I have to roll willpower every fucking time. Just gonna be
High
that one
willpower,
time I
problem
botch,
solved.
I forget everything, and then I did something terrible that time, and then I come back, I get stabbed. God damn. It's just
Okay,
not-
well, decide if you want to invest into some kind of a treasure.
And
It's
where the fuck is Pan?
apparently Pen isn't here.
yeah, it's
And
gone.
Pen's probably fallen asleep, so just forget about Pen. We're using their points.
Okay, well and good. I think we have everything worked out. Allied, have you figured out where all your freebies go? The remaining ones.
I'm currently looking at backgrounds. I was lost in the books.
Allied, we've been doing this starting stuff for
No,
an hour.
I know, I'm well aware. I'm well aware. I was looking at other side.
Yes, please, pick something.
I am.
Okay.
You have 4 freebies left. You can just sink them into backgrounds if you want.
That's what I'm doing.
You can just sink them into group backgrounds and we can decide as a group what would be the most valuable. Okay,
I'm sorry, Draco. Hold on, my basement just started.
I'm gonna split the video here anyway.
Big deal.